for us to invest in building long-term indigenous capabilities for application of decisive military power, which will also give us the attendant benefit of increasing our defense exports in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, capability takes years to develop and is the primary driver of intent. So the need for renewed vigor in the present times is only justified. Defense exports support defense diplomacy and act as a key enabler for bilateral defense relationships, besides having the potential to handsomely contribute to the national exchequer to ultimately finance physical and social infrastructure development within our country. At the inauguration of DEF Expo in Lucknow on the 5th of February this year, our Honorable Prime Minister spelled out a defense export target of $5 billion in the next 5 years. A challenging task indeed. Going by the phenomenal turnaround in last 3 years, wherein we witnessed a staggering 700% growth in defense exports from 1,521 crores in 2016-17 to 10,745 crores in 2018-19, an all-time high, ranking of 19th in list of defense equipment exporters in 2019. And the path-breaking institutional and policy reforms are definite signposts indicating that the stage is now set for the defense industry to exploit the opportunities and embark upon a trajectory of exponential growth to achieve this target. In the year 2014, the government's call of Make in India built a clear vision for the defense sector to develop self-reliance and for the local industry to support the country's domestic needs. This manifested in ease of defense industrial licensing, relaxation in export controls, and grant of no objection certificates. Specific incentives were introduced under the foreign trade policy. The Ministry of External Affairs has facilitated a line of credit for foreign countries to import defense products. Where feasible, defense exports could also be financed through the Exim Bank. The offset policy too has been reviewed and realigned to enable exports. You are all well aware of the draft Defense Promotion and Export Promotion, Defense Production and Export Promotion Policy 2020, a guiding document of the Ministry of Defense to provide a focused, structured and significant thrust for self-reliance and exports. Appointment of additional defense attaches empowered to facilitate defense exports will also strengthen defense diplomacy and boost our export capability. Further boost to Make in India flagship program has been given by the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative of our government. As you are all aware, India is the third largest spender in the world on defense. It is time to have a hard look at the distribution of our budget expenditure. We must carry out a realistic analysis of our expenditures. Such statements as being third largest spenders must then give us the capabilities we desire to achieve, which is not the case at present. However, we are the only net importer in the category and account for 9.2% of the global arms import. The combination of the size of our armed forces, standing at 1 million plus strong, juxtaposed with the huge inventory of simple and complex equipment, provides for a very viable and attractive market with an opportunity for all to partake. The government and the Indian Armed Forces have clearly demonstrated their resolve and commitment to the Make in India Defence Initiative. Import embargo on 101 items in phased timelines will boost indigenization of defence production. We are fully committed to winning India's wars with Indian solutions. It now remains for all of us to translate this wonderful opportunity into tangible success on the ground. A word about the role of the MSMEs in this regard. Well, the MSMEs, as we all know, are the bedrock of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 of the supply chain, producing complex subsystems and sub-assemblies in bulk for defense equipment. The defense reforms and various other provisions proposed in the stimulus package make the MSME sector a major beneficiary and a preferred partner in a quest towards self-reliance. Major defense reforms, including negative list for import of certain weapons and platforms, separate budget to procure indigenous weapons and systems, increasing of FDI limit from 49 to 74%, indigenization of expensive imported spares, faster decisions through a project management unit, and realistic framing of technical parameters and trial procedures are initiatives that will lead to the development of a comprehensive defense ecological system within the MSME sector. Therefore, where do we see the way ahead? Amidst the host of initiatives taken by the government to stimulate the growth of domestic defense industry and our defense exports, time is now ripe for the industry to seize the opportunities and achieve strategic interdependence in defense manufacturing and make India a next net exporter of defense equipment. We must move out of the constant threat of sanctions or dependency on individual nations for our military requirements. This is the ideal time for the industry to emphatically embark on the path of self-reliance and defense exports. Some issues that come to my mind are: the Make in India theme may be relooked at with three broad objectives. Firstly, Make in India for import substitution. Secondly, Make in India for sustained domestic demand. And finally, Make in India global exports. We need to revamp our ordnance factories and other defense public sector undertakings in terms of modernization, their work culture and quality control. Corporatization, including public listing of some units, could be a way forward to ensure more efficient interface with the designer and the end user. The factories would then be better integrated into larger defense manufacturing ecological systems. Defense technology has high obsolescence with low economies of scale due to its longer incubation period. Thus, maximizing indigenization of production without well-supported research and development and an export strategy may not reap the desired dividends. We need well thought out defense export strategies for economic viability and sustained growth of our defense industry. Our current military fleet comprises a fair share of vintage platforms which are under modernization plans in the coming decades. These vintage platforms, with some retrofit or perhaps as is, could be exported to countries which lack desired firepower to defend themselves. We may also consider sharing vintage platforms with the domestic industry to assist them in their research and development and develop cutting-edge military technologies. All stakeholders must play a key role in developing the desired defense ecosystem. The MSMEs as Tier 2 and Tier 3 suppliers, startups as innovators, and industry houses as the aggregators. testing and quality assurance services providers as well as academia to have a well-defined segment in the defense industry and must work in synergy to come up with world-class defense products. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I would state that COVID-19 has once again focused minds on the severe impact of supply chain disruptions on both the civilian and the defense sectors. It is no brainer that with its security challenges, the great power aspirations, and its technological capacities, India should have a robust defense manufacturing capacity which shall not only ensure strategic interdependence but will also generate substantial revenues to defense exports and contribute to our vision of making India modern, prosperous and secure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and Jai Hind.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं मानक गुप्ता। अगर आपको हमारा ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें और हां, हमें सब्सक्राइब और फॉलो करना ना भूलें ताकि आप देश और दुनिया की कोई खबर मिस ना करें। तो जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ और देखते रहिए न्यूज़ 24।